Since 9/11, the US and its allies have invaded Afghanistan and Iraq. They have killed or captured hundreds of al-Qaeda operatives. As the war on terror unfolds, many experts believe that America could soon confront a greater threat, a radical Islamic regime and sworn enemy of the United States in possession of a nuclear weapon, the Islamic Republic of Iran. In Tehran, anti-American demonstrations are regular occurrences. This has been the case for a number of years. Their rage is fueled by a simple idea. Iranian leaders blame America for their current status in the world.
They believe themselves to be a godly society, and they see us as their tormentors and their oppressors.
It's not just a slogan to hate America, kill Americans. It's a policy. It's part of their reason for being.
They believe Iran to be one of the great countries of the world. They see its current status as one of the world's weaker powers as being a temporary aberration.
How far will Iran go to resurrect its power? Some say US national security depends on unraveling Iran's true nuclear potential and intentions. For years, intelligence agencies have sought to uncover the secrets of Iran's military ambition. Gradually, they have unearthed a chain of evidence that appears to suggest that Iran is preparing to build and detonate a nuclear bomb. One major discovery was made in the waters of the Mediterranean. In October 2003, CIA and British intelligence officers, with the help of the Italian Coast Guard, boarded a German merchant ship called the BBC China. In the cargo hold, they found 5 large containers concealing highly sophisticated equipment.
The U.S. intelligence services found components for a gas centrifuge program, which is the program that would enrich uranium for a nuclear program. The complete plant of 10,000 centrifuges and a manufacturing capability to make more.
10,000 centrifuges can produce enough enriched uranium to make 10 small nuclear warheads a year. The trail of evidence led investigators to Libya and finally Pakistan. They uncovered an illegal nuclear weapons trade that was more advanced and more widespread than they had imagined.
Some of our photos of Natanz.
Corey Hinderstein is the Deputy Director of the Institute for Science and International Security in Washington, D.C. She followed the investigation in Libya.
One of the most frightening discoveries was the existence of an almost complete set of manufacturing instructions for a tested, reliable, warhead-mounted nuclear weapon.
Investigators found weapons blueprints wrapped in 2 large plastic bags with the names of a Pakistani tailor on one side and a dry cleaner on the other. Based on this and other evidence, US intelligence took the investigation to Pakistan. There, they linked the documents to this man, a mysterious Pakistani nuclear scientist known as A.Q. Khan.
A.Q. Khan set up an international network. Wanted, Khan could get it for you. Diagrams, parts, complete centrifuges, 24/7 tech support. Just call 1-800-AQ-KHAN.
In February 2004, 4 months after the discovery on the BBC China, Pakistani police detained A.Q. Khan. He admitted to selling nuclear secrets across the Middle East. US intelligence officers asked to question Khan directly. The Pakistani government refused. Khan was seen as a national hero for developing the country's own nuclear bomb. As a result, critical questions remained unanswered.
What happened to that design? Who had possession of it? How many copies did he make of it?
If he gave this stuff to these other countries, it seems pretty likely that he also sold it to the Iranians.
Before the A.Q. Khan revelation, Western intelligence had been increasing satellite surveillance of Iran. These photos, taken from 2002 to 2004, reveal suspicious installations at various sites in Iran. The first is located near Arak. Experts believe this is a heavy water nuclear reactor under construction.
This is the kind of reactor that would certainly produce the good kind of plutonium for nuclear weapons.
Another site is in Natanz.
Here we have a series of photos of Natanz, which is really the most concerning site and kind of the most dramatic when we discovered what was going on there. When we finally saw Natanz and saw what it was and how they were building it, we were stunned.
It appeared that the Iranians were constructing a massive facility for enriching uranium. The site of the Natanz facility was significant. If completed, it could produce enough enriched uranium in a year to power one energy reactor or produce 50 nuclear warheads. Close examination of the satellite images also reveals that the Iranians had built Natanz deep underground and apparently designed it to withstand a large-scale air assault. A strong indication, some say, that this was a military site.
Natanz has been heavily protected against military strike, including 8-foot thick concrete walls. We also see many air and ground defense sites having sprung up in a ring around the Natanz site.
Western intelligence agencies delivered satellite photos of Natanz and other suspicious sites to the International Atomic Energy Agency, or IAEA. In February 2003, IAEA investigators went to Iran. It quickly became clear that the Iranian government was trying to hide something. One site in the Tehran suburb of Lavizan was leveled before investigators could inspect it.
Here we see large buildings, really significant buildings. In this photo, which is just a few months later and after the IAEA had asked to visit, all of these buildings have been completely demolished.
Another facility was rebuilt before the IAEA arrived.
It was this site where they actually took tremendous steps to hide the purpose, including repainting, tearing down walls.
The inspectors go in with some very sophisticated equipment that takes air samples, soil samples. They're literally swabbing walls looking for it.
What they detected was traces of uranium enriched to such high concentrations it could be used for a nuclear weapon. The Iranian government claimed it was only developing a civilian nuclear power program.
They seem to be very serious about desiring to have nuclear weapons in spite of all this gibberish about peaceful uses of atomic power for electricity. Here's a country that's sitting on a lake of oil.
If Iran is not working on an atomic bomb program, they've managed by accident to inadvertently assemble most of the elements